Welcome back to FS22, and today we're going to have a look at the update to the Mini BGA and another new mod by me. So let's roll the intro and take a look, shall we? So the update to the Mini BGA has finally passed testing and has been released. So let's have a look at what's changed, shall we? So there are now 4 parts to the Mini BGA mod, and I'm going to take you through each of them. You'll see I have the modular BGA installed as well. That is because this mod is now compatible with bits from the modular BGA. So we have the standard modular BGA, or Mini BGA, that you will know and love from before. There have been some changes to it, so we'll go through those. So we will stick one of those down. We have the Mini BGA with refueling points, and you can see on there, hopefully, and I'll show you them properly in a bit, there is a little electric charging point and a methane fill point. I'll talk to you about those. We also have the refueling station. This is particularly useful if you're using the BGA without the refueling points, if you want it, or if you're combining it with the modular BGA, and we'll have a chat about that in a moment. And then we have a smaller mini refueling station. Still costs the same, takes up less space. So maybe if you've got a small yard. Okay. So let's take a look at these, shall we? So this is the Mini BGA without refueling. It looks a lot like the one that you are used to. Still has the same capacity, so it can hold 75,000 litres of all of the inputs except beets, chopped beets and potatoes, where it's 36,000 litres, and then it can store 100,000 kilowatts of electricity, 100,000 litres of methane, and 1,000,000 litres of digestate. And those capacities are the same for the other one over there. The bit that's changed with this BGA, if we go into here, is you can see we can now set the electric charge, the methane and the digestate to storing, selling or distributing. That means you can use it with the modular BGA. So for example, you could send your electric charge to a generator and earn twice as much for it. The amount you can put through one of those through the generator is limited, which is where the storage systems come in, which I will show you in a moment. The other thing that has changed on this is the silage and the straw have a slightly higher methane output, and that's if you're running a methane powered vehicle and you want to distribute your methane to one of the refueling points to refill your vehicles. Or if you're using this one, which has them built in, then if you've got electric charge or methane stored, you can use those to recharge or refuel your vehicles. Everything else with this one is exactly the same as that guy. Just giving you the option if you want to use the charging points or not. If you are wanting to put your electricity and methane through a generator from the modular BGA, that generator has a limit on how much it can store and how quickly it can process things, so you might want to use one of these guys. So the big refueling station, it has the refueling points of the BGA that has the refueling, but this will also hold 1,000,000 kilowatts of electric charge and 1,000,000 litres of methane. So you can keep your BGA running with it set on distributing, and it will distribute the electric charge and the methane to be stored in here until it can be sold through the generator. If you don't have the space for this guy, or you're not interested in doing that, but you want a refueling point you can use, and you could again use distributing to send it from the BGA to the charging point, this little guy will hold 1,000 litres of each and has filling points for methane and a charging station for electricity. The other thing you can do with the modular BGA is if you're producing a lot of digestate, you can you can put in from the modular BGA pack a digestate storage, and then you could set the BGA to distributing, and it would distribute it to that storage, so that would give you even more capacity. Other things you can do with bits of the modular BGA is you could put in a slurry store, set that to distributing, and it should send slurry to the BGA. I have not tested that one, but I've heard others have done that. It's ever so slightly cheaty. So yeah, that's how it works. I'm not sure I need to show you how to use the BGA. I've got the old video on that, and the only difference is that you can set things to distributing. And then in the refueling stations, again, you could set it to direct sell if you wanted, or you could set it, sorry, I just hit the mic there. You could set it to distributing, and then if you put in one of, where are you? One of these guys, you'll get double the amount for your electricity and an extra 50% for your methane. I think that's pretty cool. So that is the update to the Mini BGA. It is quite a significant change, but hopefully you like it. If you don't want any of the changes, go for the one on the right. If you want some of the other stuff, it's there. Let's move on to the next one, which I'm trying to find in my list of many things. And here it is. This is the Industrial BGA. So this is based on the 250 kilowatt, I believe. Yeah, it's based on the 250 kilowatt BGA that Giants have. It's quite a lot cheaper and has been optimized quite a lot and has some interesting new features in it. So let's place that down and we will go have a look at it. As you can see, this is much bigger than the Mini BGA. Features it shares with one of the Mini BGAs. It has a methane refilling station down here. And if we run all the way to the other end, it has an electric charging point as well. And this BGA will hold 1 million litres of methane and 1 million kilowatts of electric charge, and it will also store 10 million litres of digestate for you. Like the Mini BGA, there is a trigger in front of and inside the bunker, and this one will hold 500,000 litres of silage, slurry, manure or straw as inputs, and then also 90,000 litres of cut sugar beet and potatoes. It may look like the Giants version, but it is not. So rather than the 24 cycles a month, we now have 2,400 cycles a month. Like the Mini BGA, we can set it to selling or distributing or storing, which means you can use it with the modular BGA pack, or you can use it with my refueling points if you wanted to put one somewhere else on the map. The more interesting thing with this one is we have some combined productions. So by combining silage and slurry in your BGA processing, you get a much better return on your inputs. So you earn a lot more money, you get a lot more out, and the same with straw and slurry. You put the two in together and you get a lot more out. So if you just put silage in, you'd get about 200% more on your return for the value. If you add some slurry into that, that doubles, increases to about 300%. With straw, you would get about 50% more if you put straw through the BGA than selling it. If you put slurry with it, you get 4 times more. So it's definitely worth doing these combined recipes. The other really cool thing with this BGA, unlike the modular BGA, because it is much larger, it also will process in parallel. So you could have all of these running at once if you want, and get significantly more put through the BGA. But yeah, so that's kind of the amount you get back for the standard ones is the same. You get a fair bit more if you put through the combined silage and slurry, or straw and slurry, and that is the Industrial BGA. Yeah, so there's a trigger in front here for bales and tipping, and then a bale trigger in the bunker. This is your drop-off point for slurry, and then your pickup point for digestate is over here. Hope you enjoy these mods. If you do, download them and rate them 5 stars, and I'll catch you next time on FS22.